Hello. Happy VEDA 24. It's a wet, horrible, rainy Manchester day, so what's new? I went up to the post office today because I had something to post, one of my orders from Etsy that I was late posting it off, so I thought, gotta go. And I discovered that my rain cape for the scooter was as wet on the inside as it was on the outside. I've never done that before, so I don't understand it. It was just like the rain went straight through it. Luckily I had my big sort of rain type coat underneath it, otherwise I would have been even wetter. But my hair was a little bit rain washed. Excuse me while I take my boots off. Oh, should have done that before I started, shouldn't I? But you know, never prepared, that's me. We've not got a lot to say really. We've still not got a name for our new print yet. As far as I know, unless they've announced it on the news and I have missed it. But as yet he hasn't got a name yet. Well, he will have a name, but you know, they haven't told us what his name is yet. I tell you, there was some criticism today in the newspapers about, you know, how she has the baby at 11 o'clock in the morning and she appears on the steps of the hospital, like hair done, makeup done, beautiful dress on, holding the baby. And they were saying like she sets the bar too high for people who just had a baby. Bear in mind though, I mean, she's got a hairdresser. She's got somebody to do her makeup. She probably feels like crap anyway, but I mean, she's just not letting it show, is she? She'll be going home probably to go and lie in bed, and she's got a nurse and everything, a nanny for the baby, so she'll be getting looked after probably better at home than she will be in the hospital. So, you know, in the hospital there's always a risk, I suppose, of somebody sneaking in and taking an impromptu photograph of her or something. So she's probably safer off at home. You know, I would be safer off at home, not that I'm going to have a baby, but, you know, getting your meals cooked for you, you know, everything done for you. And if you need it, you know, somebody to take the baby at night if you want to have a good night's sleep, you know. Something that we normal mothers never got, you know. You all remember, don't you, the first few weeks of a new baby when your eyes are down here on your cheeks somewhere. And you don't get dressed until, if you get dressed at all. You don't get dressed till about lunchtime. Yeah, oh the joys. I would have loved to have had a nanny just for a few weeks, yeah. Still, I'm still ploughing my way through the sweater. I haven't done much because I was out yesterday at the hospital. All clear, nothing wrong. At least one bit of me's okay. So I'm still doing I'm onto the waist bit now. This is the busty bit, and then it's got the waist bit, then it's got like a peplum at the bottom, and then you've got two straps coming up the top. Taking me longer than usual. But yesterday was a bit of a nightmare actually. I phoned for the taxi. And I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. I always phone for a taxi early because I hate being late. It didn't come and it didn't come, so I goes back in the house and I said, where's my taxi? You know, I said I phoned for it half an hour ago, so I'm going to be late for a hospital appointment. Oh, well, it's school time and all the mums want the taxis to take the school, you know, the kids home from school. I said, so I'm not important going to a hospital appointment then? Oh, you should have rung 0 and asked for the operator, because they book you in by, you know, automated voice messages these days. You should have pressed 0 and asked to speak to the operator. I mean, I thought ringing at 3:10 for an appointment at 4:05, which was just sort of down the road about 10 minutes, would have been plenty of time. But my taxi actually turned up at 4:05 at the same time as my appointment. Luckily I'd rung up and explained the situation, and I said, you know, can I still come, like, you know, and they said, oh yeah, come down. Anyway, I just about made it to get there before 4:30, because she said if you're down before 4:30 we can still see you, but after 4:30, no. So I just about squeaked in, I think about 4:25. Anyway, this specialist was waiting for me. Come right in. Didn't have time to get my crochet out or anything. So I think I was keeping her. So I did apologise and thanked him very profusely for waiting for me. It was only a check-up anyway, but nothing really majorly wrong, but I'm alright again for another 6 months before I have to go back again. The weather is playing havoc, of course, with my arthritic bits, but we won't go into that. Thank you all for your comments. I was pale and interesting that day. I was feeling very rough, but you know me, I said I'd do a VEDA, so I did, even though I didn't really want to, you know what I mean. But these things are sent to try us, aren't they? And in the UK, the weather is certainly very trying. The heat wave they promised us was 2 days. We got 2 days that were really, you thought, summer's here, summer's on its way. Whoa, this is great. Didn't last long, did it? Did not last long. We had a bit of excitement, I heard on the news last night. I heard the name press switch and I looked up at the TV. And apparently a school, a local school, had gone on a school trip to France on a coach. And when they came back and they were dropping all the kids off, the parents were waiting for them, etc. 2 stowaways from underneath the coach got down and ran away. And they say they don't know when they got on, but they didn't get on the coach, they got underneath the coach, because when they left France there was, like, you know, customs checks, people looking all underneath it, sniffer dogs and everything. So where, you know, they actually got underneath the coach is a mystery. But they are loose in Prestwich somewhere. Yes. I did wonder why the helicopters were out and they kept going by and kept going by. Probably looking for them. Although how can you find 2 men? They're not going to keep running, are they? They're going to just keep walking down the street. I mean, you know. How do you spot that they're French when you look at the tops of their heads, you know? Whether they were French or not, I don't know. They might have been Syrian or anything that was just held in France. Who knows, and we probably never will. Like finding a needle in a haystack, isn't it, once they get over here? But how on earth they clung to us underneath a coach all the way from France up the way to Manchester. Baffles me, baffles me. Yes. Anyway, tonight I'm going to do a bit more crochet on my top. I don't think it's got a name, has it? I don't know what it's called. Oh, just crochet camisole. That's all it's called. Yeah. Keep hoping I'll finish it, but there's always a bit more to be done. I've got to do the bottom part of the peplum yet. I've got to do the bit round the top and the 2 straps. So it may or may not be finished tonight. I'm not putting myself under any pressure. Yeah. Oh, I had a notification that my Hobium yarn, well, Hobium cotton, is on its way, and it should arrive either tomorrow or Thursday. So at least I'll have something to show you then, won't I? So yeah, I ordered some cotton from Hobium, and I ordered 1 lot of cotton from Lolly's Little Wool Shack, just to see what the quality feels like, because sometimes it's rough and sometimes it's nice and smooth. So we'll see what it arrives at. Because surprisingly I've got loads and loads and loads of yarn, as you know, in my shop. My personal shop, not my shop not an Etsy shop, it's my personal shop. I've got some cotton, but it's thicker, it's the one that splits, you know. I think I told you the other day it kept splitting. And so I've got lots of that, although the other colours, I'd already crocheted some of the colours and it didn't split when I was using them. Maybe it was just this green that wasn't twisted, you know, far enough or whatever. Maybe it was the wrong hook, you know, for that cotton. I don't mean the wrong hook, but, you know, maybe. I often think that, you know, your yarn dictates what kind of hook, your size of hook you should be using. I know it dictates to me what kind of hook I'm using, whether it's a plastic, bamboo, steel, whatever. But sometimes, even no matter what my pattern says, certain yarns don't like that particular hook. They might like a smaller hook or a larger hook, but they don't like that hook you're using. So I've often adapted, you know, by changing the number of stitches on a pattern, just because, you know, the cotton wants to be crocheted up on a bigger or a smaller hook, yeah. Because to me, if it doesn't flow, you know I'm on the wrong hook, yeah. I don't know whether you experience that or not, whether it's just me with one of my quirks. I've got a lot of quirks, yeah. It was lovely to see Sue yesterday, quite unexpected. I'm just sorry I had to leave her so quickly and go for my hospital appointment, you know. So we really only had an hour together. So I rushed her, rushed her with a cup of tea and I said, right, come on, rushed her straight in here. We have to do a video, we have to do a video. Poor girl never got time to chat to me, really. But I'm sure she'll come again, maybe next week, yeah. When she hasn't got her routine sorted out with her work yet. So, she'll have to move in. Well, not in this house, she'll have to move in this area. No room for her and her other half. And all her wool as well, there's no room for all that in here. There's quite a few houses been up for sale in the street, so, you know, maybe she... she wouldn't do that, she likes where she lives too much. Yeah, so... Anyway, I'm not going to waffle on too long, it's just a short and sweet... I'm still trying to catch up on my videos and people who are doing VEDAs and... you know, every time I look, gosh, there's another one, gosh, there's another one, I haven't watched the last one yet, there's another one, oh. Oh dear, I hope we don't feel like that about me, thinking, oh my god, another one. Right, it's VEDA 24 now, so you've probably got another 6 or 7, is it? 30 days of September, April, June and November. All the rest of 31, yeah. You've got 31 days, so that's another 7 days of me you've got. Poor you. I feel so sorry for you, having to put up with me for another 7 days. Oh dear. A lot of people have sort of commented, you know, when I do the live videos, that it's just a long video of me talking to myself. Well, it is when it goes on YouTube afterwards, if you can't read what people are writing to me. You know, if you're not there, it's sort of, I won't say you won't get any benefit out of watching it really, because you won't know what on earth we're talking about. I'm answering questions that people are typing to me that appear down the side of my screen. So that's what I'm doing. So if you can't see those questions, then, you know, you'll find the sort of live video very boring really, because you're only hearing one side of a conversation. As somebody remarked, it just looks like you're talking to yourself. I do that as well, but not on that video. So if you can't see the questions on, then I suggest that you give the live video a miss when you're watching, yeah. So I'm going to go now because I've got things to do. Horrible things to do, like washing dishes, you know, things we all... Oh, my wish list would be a dishwasher, except that I've got nowhere in the kitchen to put one. I mean, I've often thought of, you know, shall I splurge out and stick a dishwasher on my credit card, and then I think to myself, what's no point? Where are you going to put it? On the roof. My kitchen's quite small. There's no room for any more appliances in there at all. And I don't propose to get rid of the cooker just so I can put a dishwasher in. Or the washing machine, no. I think I need those more than I need the dishwasher. So I shall get these dishwashing hands to work now and get something done. Right. I hope your day is better than mine. It's not raining. You've got lovely sunshine. And if you have, don't be stingy with it. Send some over to me. That's all I ever ask you to send me. Sunshine. That's all I ever want from you. Sunshine. Bye all. See you tomorrow.